Hey everybody, today we're going to share with you some of my favorite Ninja Defuse spots here on the Modern Warfare 3 map Invasion. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So we're going to start off with the A-bomb, and for this first spot we're going to need a camera. So you can go ahead and throw down your camera wherever you'd like to watch the bomb. Recommend putting it in a safer spot than that. But once you have the camera down, all we need to do is bust through this door, have the door facing the direction it is, just like this. And once it's like that, all we need to do is go hide behind it. Now, if for some reason an enemy comes through and decides to close the door, you can just surprise attack them and take them out. But there's a good chance if this door is already open, they're not going to close it. They're just going to peek this, maybe work their way through. But hiding behind this door is super easy because all you have to do is stand here and just wait. You can check your camera and just watch from this direction. And as soon as somebody goes to plant the bomb, you can just run around the corner and you're right here to get the defuse. So this is going to be our first spot. Now, our second spot for the A-bomb is also going to require the camera. You can put this one down in a little bit more of a safer spot to watch the bomb. But we're once again going to go inside this building, and this time we're actually going to get up on the roof here. So I'm sure most of you already know about this location, but if you don't, you just climb up on the counter, and then from here you're able to climb up onto the roof, and then you want to come over here in this corner and lay down. That way you can't get seen from any direction unless someone was to climb up here. If you lay further out this way, it's possible for them to see you if they're walking in slowly and checking up here. So if you're laying on this side, it'll obviously be way more complicated. And yeah, and you just wait up here, watch your camera, and once somebody goes for the plant, you can jump down, sneak up behind them, and get yourself a defuse. Now for the third spot, we're also going to be using the camera, so you can go ahead and place that down somewhere watching the bomb. And for this one, we're going to head right back over here toward this corner. You're going to see a whole bunch of trash bags. The spot that I use is in between these two buckets here, so you can use the trash in front of you to protect you from anyone coming through this little hallway. If they're checking back here, they're not going to see you because of the trash bags and the trash can. You can just get right over here behind the trash, lie down, and you've got a pretty good spot. You should be able to see anybody running towards the bomb from the middle or that door. But if somebody does come from the far right, which is why you're going to need the camera, we don't have a direct line of sight for the bomb, so we can just watch the camera, see when someone goes to plant, then we can just hop up and run over and get the defuse. I like this spot a lot because it's really out of the way. You don't generally see a lot of players back here, and if they are, they're just going to run by you because if they're coming through this middle hallway, because obviously offense is on that side, they're most likely not going to just check this. So really good spot to lay down and get yourself a Ninja Defuse. Now, our fourth and final spot for A is probably the most risky. However, it still tends to work pretty well. A lot of players don't really check every corner on the map, especially this one. But all you need to do, we could throw down a camera once again. We're just going to come right over here in the grass against this wall. You can just lay right here in this corner. Now you can kind of see where we're lying. They're not going to see us if they're coming through the middle. Most likely anyone coming from this direction is just going to jump over you or run right past you and not even check the corner. However, if somebody does decide to come through this side hallway area and run directly towards A, the only way you're really going to get spotted if somebody decides to jump right here, which is probably not going to happen with all the different ways that you can get to A on this map. So just get yourself right here next to this wall, lay down, you can watch your camera. You should be able to hear players if they don't have Ninja. And yeah, this is our fourth spot for the A-bomb. So heading over to the B-bomb, this one is going to be a little bit more challenging. As you can tell, there's not many hiding spots really close to the bomb. So we're going to use a camera for almost all of these. So go ahead and place down a camera somewhere where you can see the bomb. And this first spot is going to be on the left side. We're just going to rush toward the enemy spawn and hide in this little alleyway. I would try to stay closer to the middle. If you're too far to the right and you lay down, anyone that comes through this doorway has a chance of seeing you. If you're too far to the left, anyone in this alleyway can see you. So pretty much just try to stay closer towards the middle. It's a lot harder to see this alleyway from back over here than you think. And the chances of someone like staring at somebody laying down in that back corner are really low. They're worried about turning here. So, and I really like this spot just because most people that are running through here aren't checking that. If anything, they're coming through this doorway and just making sure they're not going to get beamed from this building or down the main street. It's also great because if you're just checking your camera, you can kind of keep a head count on how many guys are pushing towards B, so you don't jump too early. If you see one run by really quickly, don't immediately get up because there's probably going to be another one that's watching. So you can take your time, pretty decent spot. You get over here in plenty of time to get yourself a Ninja Defuse. Now, the second spot that I have for you is outside. It's actually pretty close to the bomb. You can throw down your camera somewhere where it's not too obvious. And then all you need to do is come right over here behind these wooden pallets, and we're just going to lay down just like this. And this is such a great spot. Anybody that's running by is most likely just immediately going in the door. And a lot of the times they don't even go in that door until they plant the bomb. You can see from the bomb, you're not even able to see behind those wooden pallets. So as long as you got a camera that's watching it, you can keep an eye on that, wait for him to put the bomb down, and you can run over from the wooden pallets and get yourself a Ninja Defuse. Our third spot for B, which is probably going to be difficult to pull off because of the distance, but it's going to be back here in this building. There's actually a couple different places in here that you can lie down. You just want to make sure that you have the camera watching the bomb. The first one is obviously just hiding behind the door here. Most likely someone's going to plant the bomb before they come running into this building. So if you just kind of hang out behind this door, you can just wait and watch your camera and wait for somebody to come over toward the bomb and start planting. This one's not too far. You can immediately get out and get to the bomb in time. The other spot is back over here behind the counter. This is never really checked. You can just lay right here. Anyone that decides to run back here again, generally not going to happen until after bomb is down. But you have a little bit more of a run, and you obviously need to make it over here within 5 seconds before they get up and spot you coming after them. You can also try to get up on this vending machine if you want. If just standing behind the door is too much, you can just lay up here and you can see it looks kind of goofy, but I mean, if anybody that's coming through the door isn't going to check the top of the vending machines. But really, anywhere that's in a corner hiding in this building is going to be a decent spot. These are the three that I think are the easiest to pull off from this building. But this is going to be spot number 3. Now, our fourth and final spot for B is easily the hardest one over here just because you have to deal with stun grenades and real grenades. But make sure you have a camera down somewhere just to make it a little bit easier on yourself. But the spot is literally right behind this orange bulldozer. All you need to do is lay down right here. It seems so stupid, but if you think about it, if you're attacking B from obviously the attacking side, when you get over here, your main concern is this building and this street. And a lot of times players are going to check that bulldozer. Even if they come back this way, they're just going to check to make sure that nobody's standing back there. And from here, you can tell that, you know, it looks clear. It looks like there's no one there. I'm not getting shot at. Nobody's crouched back there. So they're most likely immediately going to go for the plant right here. And that makes it super easy for you because you don't have to risk running in front of the bomb and them seeing you out of the side of their screen while they're planting. You can see, even with the bomb out, you can see when someone's coming through that door or around the corner. So if you come right over here and just lie down right behind this bulldozer and you manage to not get flashed or not get grenaded, you have a really easy route to sneak up behind somebody and get yourself a Ninja Defuse.